What is happening, everybody? Don't worry, she's coming. Yeah, so we hit the button a little early. But hey, there's already a bunch of y'all in here, so welcome. Y'all know I ain't as good as Jan. Let me try to run this through real quick. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Joe. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Anna. Smiley Face. Tammy. Karen. Diane. Kathy. Here she comes. She can take over.
One of those times when you leave the bathroom and feel like you got toilet paper trail behind you. You're in such a hurry.
Lordy day. Y'all have no idea. I said hi to a few.
Hey, Yolanda.
There you go.
Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Just Deborah. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Delightful Cottage. Hey, Connie from PA. Hey, Katie. Hey, Fancy Farmer. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Hops and Barley. Hey, Jen. Hey, Joe. We are here.
Yeah.
Not too late. Not late. What's that noise?
Daisy, quit eating popcorn. We got the kids in there watching the movie. Little Miss Daisy's eating all their popcorn.
Little Miss Daisy. Hey, Diana. Hey, Legacy Home and Garden. Hey, Marcia. Hey, Carol. Hey, Tinker's Wife.
Hey, rock and rolls.
Hey, Carmen. Hey, Keep It Simple Susan. Hey, Chef Alex. Hey, Mandy from North Carolina. Hey, Linda.
Hey, Mitchell from Kentucky.
Awesome. Hey, Shaw Marie from Texas. I've heard it's hot there.
Yeah. Little
I saw
warm.
a funny meme today where they said, meanwhile in Texas, it was a gate, and they had pot holders hanging over the gate because the gates get so hot. They had to use the pot holders up.
It's so funny though. I saw like the exact same meme. It's so hot in Texas, and it was a pig, and its face was completely buried in water. Like it was just sitting all the way up to the top of its head in water.
That's how I feel. And it's not even that hot here.
No,
hey,
it's not.
Tammy.
We actually are in a cold front.
But it feels humid.
It's 80.
I don't know. I'm also wearing pants because
it's not hot here, y'all.
We've been behind on the laundry.
Not hot at all.
So pants are hot.
Lordy day.
I don't know how some people do it. Some people just don't wear shorts, and I don't know how they live.
No, my stepdad was like that. He never, he would rarely wear
shorts.
And a lot of people in his family never wear shorts. I'm like,
my grandma didn't wear shorts a day in her life. Never wore shorts. And man, it burns me up.
I'm all about the least amount of clothes possible.
Right. Hey, So in Your Heart. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Angela.
Sheila from Alabama. Susan from Lexington. Welcome, everybody.
Awesome.
So
cool to see local people.
It is. So it has been a crazy week since we last had a live. Bunch of stuff.
It feels like, I was actually thinking earlier, like, did we go live last Monday?
I know, right? It feels like it's been
forever ago. But that's when we found out we got the house.
Yeah, last Monday we found out we got the house.
Live. Hey, Frankfort Homestead, how are you guys?
So besides just not trying to drive ourselves crazy over closing day, because it feels like it's never going to get here. Obviously,
longest 45 days.
Right. Obviously, we'll look back and we'll be like, oh, that was nothing. Yeah, but right now, it's just a really long ways away. But tomorrow is a super big day.
Very big day.
It's inspection day. So in tomorrow's video, we'll be talking about tomorrow's video. It'll make sense to people that aren't watching the live. But anyways, we're going to go down to the house and do a walkthrough after the inspection's done. So just prayers that everything goes fine. If there is anything found, hopefully it's nothing serious.
Right.
Because man, it's gonna be hard to be there and be like, no, everything's fine.
No, just I don't care, Inspector.
Yeah. It's fine. Yes. But he's on our side. He's gonna make sure that everything is good for us, and there's no hidden secrets among the house.
Yeah.
So.
And it's exciting to get to see the house again.
It is.
And the kids get to go again and see it. And we get to go to the town again, which we're going to go early and just kind of hang out in the town and see what we find, what there is to eat and do and all that kind of fun stuff. I specifically would like to check out the library. The library is a big thing that me and the kids do. So I really want to check it out and see.
It's so funny because what I was Googling is the nearest nursery. Yeah. Garden nursery. Like, where am I going to get my dirt at?
Hey, Grace. Hey, Mary. Hey, Lola Granola. Hey, Southern Blessed. So, he's going to do it. The inspector's going to do it himself. And then we're going to get there and walk through it with him.
Yeah,
and he's going to show us, you know, the ins and outs and hopefully no issues.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And he sounds like a good guy. He said it's going to take him 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, if it's going to take
I think is standard.
Yeah, pretty standard, but still, you know, we've never been through an inspection. But if you're going to take 3 to 4 hours on a house to inspect it, I mean, it feels like you're going to cover everything.
Eunice said feed store. So there, when we were driving into the house, like a mile before we got there was a Tractor Supply right before it. And we were like, could that be more perfect?
There's a Southern States right there. There's a lumber mill.
No, that's what I meant. Southern States. Not Tractor
well,
Supply.
there is a Tractor Supply in the town, which is still just a couple minutes away. But I'm like, we love our feed store, Baghdad Feed Store.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be hard to leave.
Yeah. Hopefully there's something in the area, because I would much rather go to an actual feed mill.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Baghdad Feed
Roller mill. Yeah.
I would much rather go to that.
Hey, Gris.
Than Southern States or Tractor Supply.
Yeah, it's very nice. There was a lumber mill too.
Yeah,
it was right beside the house.
Very close. Cool. That
which we use our local lumber mill for a lot, so that'll be nice to have.
Our raised beds were from our local lumber mill.
Let's see. Hey, Narrowway Farm. Hey, Hackett's Hill and Hollow. Hey, Sue from Canada.
So on top of everything to do with our move, the world's been nuts, and we've been trying to limit our social media use.
Hey, Patty.
If we do, we usually try to stay in the Stivers Tribe group or some of the other gardening groups. But it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So today we really spent a day in the kitchen doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Angelique, thank you so much.
Yes, $10 super chat. Thank you.
Appreciate that so much.
So tomorrow's video, you get to see how to make cayenne pepper because we harvested the garden and had all kinds of things. So we made cayenne pepper. Jen makes Christmas dinner.
Hey, North Star.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, we pretended it was Christmas.
We did.
Christmas dinner.
What else? Oh, we tested out the Tigger melon and the Kajari melon. It's our first time ever having one, but we had a bunch harvested. So we reviewed those on our first inputs on them. What else did we do? Was that it? And then I think we talked about the inspection. So just a lot of in the kitchen doing things, because when the world's gone nuts and our minds are just full of anxiety and stress and pressure, I guess is mainly what it is pressure. We put the phones down, we turn off TVs, and we cook things. Yeah.
So one thing that always makes me feel better is being in the kitchen and cooking for the family
together. It's not even just cooking; it's
just making comfort foods, and it just always makes me feel better to have something going and cook it in the stove or the crock pot or wherever it may be, and then to have leftovers. I don't know. It's just a really big comfort thing for me. And lately, my anxiety has been through the roof, just bad, super bad. And I hate it because that's not the way I want to live. But it's true, and that's just kind of inside story. It's been really rough.
We always joke, but it is serious.
It's not. I mean, I'm sure it has things to do with the house and the move and all that stuff.
But we always joke in our little group of 4 here that her and Wyatt are identical, and Ray and I are identical.
Yeah.
Specifically when we sleep.
Yeah.
Ray and I are out. We are asleep and there's no moving us, and we're just out. Her and Wyatt they sleep very light, they dream a lot, and their dreams are very, very vivid.
Yes.
And so those two,
it's more like real life than a dream.
Yeah. So I'll come in from chores and they're telling each other the dreams they had, and I'm like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No wonder y'all didn't get much sleep. And Ray, I'll look at her and be like, "What'd you dream?" Why do I ask me? I'm like, no. It's just it's funny how the two different styles are, but unfortunately that causes them to not get very good sleep.
Yeah, but it also kind of connects us in a way. Yeah. And I tell him all the time, I can see it on his face, and I think he can see it on my face when we've had a rough night of bad dreams and no sleep, and we just kind of comfort each other. And I tell him, listen, I wake up at least 5 times a night to check on you and Raylan. And I tell him, I'm like, if you need to wake up and check on me and Daddy, do it. Because I'll know he's coming. I'm such a light sleeper. He doesn't have to go through anything. He's just right across the hall. So I tell him if that makes him feel better, then come check on us. And, see that we're fine. I see that you're fine through the night, and it makes me be able to go back to sleep. So if that's what he needs, then, and sometimes I'll just go to the couch and sleep there because I know I'm right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's terrible.
Sarah Winks, $4.99 super chat. Love watching your videos.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, it's intense sometimes. But we are a very good family on like working it out in the morning together.
Yeah.
Making sure that we all shake that off and we can kick the day off going good every single morning. It's it really is funny because it's less mornings that we all wake up just super pumped and ready to go.
Yeah.
It's more mornings that someone out of the 4 had a rough night that we need to work through together. And it's just, it makes me
like
proud,
I said, my nights are
family.
a series of naps. Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
Linda, oh my
Lordy
goodness.
day.
Love you guys. Blessings on your new booth. Consider this a housewarming gift. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Miss
Linda.
Linda.
My
You're
goodness.
so special to us.
Too sweet.
Oh, thank you.
So once we got through the dreams, the TV was just like, we have an app specifically. It's just our local news app. That's all it is. I'll play it in the morning just to see what the weather's going to be like, but I usually just leave it play. And then you just get like all this stuff flashing in front of your face.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh, it's too much. Turn it off.
We usually will turn on a movie for the kids, like Charlotte's Web.
Yeah,
that's their
they
favorite.
love Charlotte's Web.
Or the new Charlotte's Web, or like what's the other one?
She calls it new, but it's not new. Like it's like 2006.
Yeah,
2007.
I don't know. I'm weird. I think it's new. Or like Spookly, the Square Pumpkin, that kind of thing. Just like a comfort movie for all of us. And we'll turn that on. But then once that's over, we turn it off. No more TV for the day.
Kim, Greenwich Homestead,
Thank you
$10
so much.
super chat, checking in and sending love. Thank you.
Kim.
We are good. Just ready for the end of September.
Yes. Yeah. It'll be here. It'll come.
Yeah.
Eventually. Monica said, so when you're moved in the new place, are you going to work on raised garden beds? Yes. Raised and tilled.
Well.
For sure.
Yes. I'm going to go ahead and say probably that immediate spring is just going to be in-ground gardening.
Yeah.
Because the thing about in-ground gardening, if you don't want it there, you can let it grow back over.
Yes.
Right. You can trial and error, but it allows you to grow something.
Max, how are you guys doing?
We'll amend it and we'll do something with that. Raised beds, we really want to design something.
Yeah.
We don't want to just start throwing up beds because they're not as easy to move. And we have truly taken in your all's comments. And my buddy Steve at Nature's Always Right, I'm watching him on his new property because as gardeners, you quickly want to get a garden ready. Mm-hmm. But you also know as gardeners from experience that usually whatever you immediately think isn't what you're going to think 2 years from now.
Right.
So, and we noticed that here, how
with the design and the layout. It takes time.
Right. So we'll definitely do in-ground gardening.
Hey, Evelyn.
But I doubt we'll go do raised bed gardening for the immediate spring until we can just really fill it out and get a summer feel for it.
Which somebody asked if they had garden spots. They have gardened in that spot before. It was right behind the garage that we're going to have. So we'll definitely utilize that and then spread out, see where else we can use. We'll have to figure out the soil for sure. I'm sure it's different from here. It'll take a while to figure it out, but we'll get it.
Can we take our compost piles?
Right? That would be nice. I don't know how we would do that.
I'll figure it out. That's why I was looking for nurseries in the area. Like, how easily can I get soil? Amended soil and stuff like that. Like, give us a prep start. Someone also asked, has your top priorities changed a bunch of times while thinking? Yes. So we also loved a lot of the advice, like just move in, live a little while, figure out the area, and just be chill.
Yeah.
We are going to do that. However, we do have animals that we have to.
Yeah.
We're not able to do that. So
also, we're not chill.
We're not chill.
we do it.
We do it. We just do it.
Yeah.
But we will be going into fall and winter, which is my favorite time to work. Like if I have to build things or do stuff like that, I would rather put gloves on and jackets than like less than this.
Yeah.
That's when we do major projects, is in that time. So we'll have the fall and winter to figure things out, and then we'll have like that early or late winter, early spring. That is literally my favorite time to work. Like that is my project time.
Yeah.
So quickly, we'll probably just throw up electrical fences. However, I do know the number one priority we're going to do is to create our kids Charlotte's Web in the barn.
Yeah.
And so like the little runs.
That's their dream.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Electrical fences are your greatest predator control. Period. Flat out. No one's going to convince me otherwise. However, you 100% lose the children interaction with the animals when they're completely wrapped in electrical fence. They can't go to the fence. They can't feed them anything without supervision, which you want to supervise anyways. But they can't even go touch them without like you being slightly.
They can't go feed. You know, if they want to go do the morning chores, they can't because they have to have help.
Right. And if they want to throw their watermelon, they have to stand far enough back.
And they have to be there to watch and make sure, you know, water and all that doesn't hit the fence.
Yeah.
It makes it really difficult.
So we 100% have an opportunity to do both here.
Yeah.
And the number one thing I'm going to do is on every little area that we have for the animals in the barn, I'm going to make cattle kennel runs. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So like kind of like Charlotte's Web, not a permanent place, but a place for them to be locked in the barn, but still be able to access outside and permanent fencing. And then then I'm going to make electrical fence areas, I guess.
I'm thinking like the electrical fence in the back, like have the runs to where they can leave the barn, have an area to be, and then for like the farther out, we can wrap the electrical fence. I don't know how that works.
And we can we can definitely figure that out. But I just want the kids to come to me and go in the barn with me, and me allow them. Go on, boy. And me allow them to like just pet the animals without fear and feed the animals.
Or them just run out there and be like, Mommy, I'm going to go pet the goats.
Right.
And I can see them from literally every window in the house. It is very open to see the entire farm and just be like, okay, you go.
Right. So that's my number one priority.
Yeah.
Get the barn ready for the animals that the kids can come in there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is not like that here. They have to be supervised everywhere they go. We have to make sure they're okay and they're safe and all that stuff. So I'm very much excited about that and it being very different.
I'm too.
Yeah.
And if you've watched Charlotte's Web, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different animals in the barn, all separated with runs.
Yeah.
That you can let them out of there.
Wyatt made his debut.
Yeah.
Hey, Wanda. Richard said, I hope the tractor comes with the property. That will help you out a lot. If it doesn't, we are definitely going to get a tractor.
Yeah. Sure. So we're.
Hey, VC.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm trying to pull a little YouTube muscle here. And because, I mean, just try to see if we can do so to like let you all know because I'm never scared to tell you all the truth. None of the tractor people have hit me back up. But like Tractor Supply has reached out. Tartar, which Tartar is like the totes and the bins and the gates and all the feeders and all that stuff. They've reached out. So hopefully, I mean, that would be great. We'll see. We'll see what comes from that. Yeah. But yes, definitely a tractor is it's a must. I mean, it's not really a question on that unless we want to get overgrown, and that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I mean, the goats can eat it, but we need to be set up for that. I still need to be able to mow some of it.
Yeah. Living a Rogue Life said, any recommendations for someone thinking of moving to Kentucky to start a hobby farm, 2 to 5 acres?
2 to 5 acres hobby farm, you're going to find a lot of places here. The biggest thing is the land itself. We have a lot of coal mines in Eastern Kentucky, and you have to make sure that you're paying attention to the soil.
Yeah.
You need to ask the questions about coal mines, where they're at, this and that, how close are they to you? Because
and tobacco, right? I mean,
yeah. We have a lot of major farms, so you don't want to back up to a cornfield, because then you're going to be sprayed all the time. You want to know where the big major farms are around you. Which you can see that kind of when you drive in, so you can kind of assume it. But the coal mines are underneath of you, and you don't always know it because the coal mines go a long ways. Mm-hmm. So even though the entrance is way away, it could be somehow getting close to you, and that all the work they've done underneath there has just impacted the soil terribly.
Yeah.
That's mainly Eastern Kentucky. Now Western Kentucky, where a lot of our friends are, that's great farming area. It just depends on what you want. Western's more flat, Eastern's more mountainy.
Carol said I got 6.5 acres for sale.
Yes, she does. Yeah, that's
and
true.
it is set up for a hobby farm.
100%. And the soil is great.
It is. And it could not be more set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ready for animals, ready for garden, ready for everything.
Yeah, we probably got over $5,000 in soil out there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The hate it hurts to leave it behind.
Yeah.
Cindy said, how good is the internet at your property? And the new property is going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Internet. We'll have all the things that we need. It's very set up for everything, which is nice. Sharon, the pigs have not found a home yet.
We're just going to take them with us.
Yeah, we'll just take them.
We haven't had any inquiries, and that's fine. Maybe that's the sign we need to take them with us because we do. I love them.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take our horse trailer, like probably this weekend, and back it into their fence, and like in it.
Yeah.
You know, and so we can close it.
Fence around it.
Yeah, and then that's where I'm going to feed them until we leave.
Mm-hmm.
So every feeding is going to be in the horse trailer until we leave. And then so hopefully by the time it's time to actually like close the doors, it won't be as bad as the last time we tried to move them somewhere.
It'll work. I think it's a great plan.
I think so too. They're just getting them used to it, so that way they just start going in there and it's not weird. Just keep feeding them. You know, I mean, they're going to get like a month full of feeding in that horse trailer. So,
hey, Heirloom. I do hate to leave them, so if they have to go,
we do like
they'll go. It'll be fun. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Jesus is Lord said cave-ins too. Yeah. Those are scary.
Yeah.
Sinkholes are scary.
We literally have created a bunch of worker ants in Kentucky with, ant holes and mines everywhere underground. And you don't know how far they reach. It's pretty amazing.
Hey, Terrace Path, how are you?
Thank a coal miner, by the way.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, crazy work around here.
Let's see if I can try to catch up. What is the price range for 1 acre? Joe Reed said.
It's cheap.
Kentucky.
Cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. What is it, like 2,000, 2,500, 2,500?
Yeah, cost of living here is very cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from Louisville and Lexington. Other than that, you're good to go.
The closer you get to the horse farms, the more expensive it gets.
Yeah. So
you're not going to find a hobby farm in horse farm country.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
So Louisville is the big major city. Around that is Simpson.
Right
yeah.
Don't go to
That's
Louisville.
part of the social media you don't want to watch. Simpsonville is right on the outskirts, and that is rich horse country. Same thing with Lexington. Lexington's the city. However, you have Versailles. It's not Versailles. It's Versailles. It's right around. That's also horse country. So you have to work your way out of there. But I promise you, if you get down into like the Bowling Green, Owensboro area in the Western Kentucky, it's much flatter, but you can find some really affordable land and great land, all usable. Eastern Kentucky is more mountain life because we have the Daniel Boone National Forest.
Yes.
And it's not Great Smoky Mountains, but it is mountains, foothills, I guess maybe. But it's a little bit more mountainy. You're going to find a lot more unusable land, but it just depends on the life you want to live.
Yeah. Thank you, Margo. That's awesome. I'm so glad you love this app. Somebody had asked a question. Let me see if I can find it again. Our Hello House Mini Urban Homestead, have you started packing yet? Yes, we are packing.
So I thought our house was going to look a lot like a wreck, but it's
I guess
mainly
it's mostly
over
that
here.
corner.
We got us over 200 boxes.
Yeah.
We've been getting the free ones and stuff, but we're like, you know what? We have so much stuff. We're just going to buy some boxes. But you can see like right here, there's no signs on the wall. That's where we started. Just a few boxes a night.
Yep. Yeah. Trying as hard as we can, packing everything up. Mostly getting the decorations and stuff first, and then we'll go with like toys, clothes, books, stuff like that. But yeah, we're doing it.
So we're 30 minutes in. Who's ready for a poop story?
Oh my gosh. Linda, the inspection is tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And Tara, we move September 28th.
Yeah. Poop story time?
Poop story time.
So, daggone pooper. If you're new to us, we bought a $2,000 toilet.
Yeah.
That is
Sunmar composting.
Yes, for 5 years we pooped in buckets, and it's been great.
Yeah.
We had not one leak. We had not one issue inside this house.
No.
5 years. Zero mistakes.
Zero.
We got the Sunmar electrical. Fancy name toilet. Spring?
Yeah.
Spring this year?
Yeah.
It's about like our 7th story.
Yeah.
In that little amount of time. So, we noticed because what it is, it looks like an actual toilet. You do have to step on it. It has a composting barrel inside. So like think about like gardening outside, you know, that big barrel that you span. It has that in there. Underneath, it has a tray that catches the dirt, and on the bottom is like a heat plate to where the liquid goes, and that burns off and goes throughout the exhaust.
It's basically a dehydrator.
Yes, low heat, but enough to burn the liquid off.
Yeah.
Cool, right?
So y'all were asking last Monday if we had any stories, and we were like, no, it's been fun.
Great.
This all happens Tuesday, the next day.
Yes.
So thank y'all for jinxing us.
Yes, she did. They wanted a story so bad, they made it real life. Okay, so every 2 days you need to turn it. And turn it around so it'll compost down. And there's zero smell. I'll go ahead and give that to you. In the top and the compost, no smell at all. It does the job right. All right. So it's not supposed to hold liquid. There are small drain holes that allow it to drain slowly.
Like a dehydrator. Like it literally is supposed to drip slowly to the bottom.
Yep. And burn off and go out the exhaust outside your house. Well, we started to notice that there's a lot more water in the barrel. I'm like, that's not right. Nope. Marla, $50 super chat. My goodness, thank you.
Oh, it's flying on a rocket.
It just blew up.
That's going to be our toilet. It's going to fly to the moon.
That's exactly right. I'm going to put it on a dynamite stick. Okay, so
perfect.
I look at her and I say, well, actually, she told me, she said, we got a clog.
Yep.
I said, no, we don't.
I said, we do.
I said, no, we don't. It can make it till the end of September.
No, I said, no,
she said,
will
no,
not. Because at this point, that was like 52 days.
Yeah.
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 So it's not going to make it. He said, we'll be out of here in no time.
Don't even worry about it. I can wheel this thing out of here on our way out.
52 days. It is not going to make it. There's no way that clog is going to stay sealed and not come rushing out of that toilet in 52 days.
Yes. So.
That was right.
She's like, turn it. No. You said scrape the bottom.
So
they get a scraper. And she said scrape the bottom.
It's a screen.
Because we knew turning it was not going to work because it is a flat. Yeah. So when you turn it, it closes to keep all the stuff in, but liquid, don't stand a chance.
No chance.
Yeah. So I can't do that. I can't do that.
So I told him, I said, listen, it came with a scraper. And he's like, what? What scraper? And I showed him. And I was like, you got to get in there and you got to scrape the screen. Like, get in the barrel where the stuff is. And scrape it. It's long. It's like 5 foot long. Maybe 4 foot long.
No fear of my hands touching anything.
Right. So he puts it in, and all I hear is slosh, slosh. And I'm laying on the bed because that's what I do. Whenever he messes with the toilet, I tell him, I'm not helping you, but I'm here for support. I will lay on the bed.
Even though it was her idea to get this toilet. I was super excited about the toilet, but I was fine with the bucket. Sometimes simple is fine.
Yeah.
So I'm scrapey. She said, how's it going? I said, I don't know. I'm scraping the bottom of our toilet with a bunch of liquid. Just doing this number. And take it out and we sterilize that situation.
Yeah.
Put it away. I'm like, I'm done. So
he said, I don't know if I got it or not.
I don't know either.
I had to do something. I mean, I had to work a little.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely scraped it.
Well, yeah, maybe it did. I'll just walk away from the situation and everything will be fine.
Yeah. Okay. 30 minutes go by?
Yeah.
What is that?
That smell.
So, should have caught in our head.
But you know what the smell is. Like, there's no need in even asking. You know what it is.
Yeah. So, we should have known in our head. There was way more liquid in the composting barrel than the bottom could hold. Right? We've learned our lesson. Not today.
Yeah.
So it filled up. It couldn't burn it off quick enough. It started to leak.
Yep, seeping out.
Gosh. Okay, well we know
out.
we have this has happened too much that we already know the routine.
Yeah, we know it.
I mean, I immediately grab the wet dry vac. We open all the windows in the entire house.
Grabbing up paper towels.
She is.
Kids
I mean, she is literally.
Yes. I was like, I'm gonna finance this stupid toilet.
Y'all have heard the story. Same scenario.
Evacuate the kids. Tell them to go play in the yard.
Yep. We got smarter this time though. Kept the wet dry vac on the outside of the house and just put the hose in through the window. We knew a little bit more. All right. Suck it. She is literally gagging so bad that I'm thinking she is truly throwing up everywhere.
Throwing up in my mouth,
Yeah. All right. So we do that. And then wet dry back, it's a pretty good size, but it fills up. So, you know, you got to take it out. You got the cord just dragging with you, and I go dump it out. And I come running back. And meanwhile, when you had that vent tray open, all the smells. All the smells. Instead
of the air shooting out the pipe, it's now sucking out because gravity.
Yeah, it's just shooting it right in your house. Yeah. And so it's use your imagination. So I'm running back, and we've got the bottom cleared where the plate is, but I'm like, it's just going to happen again. So I just start.
It's going to overfill again.
I just start sucking it right out the top.
Like literally like the sewage company that comes in.
Exactly. Like imagine it being a porta potty and just sucking it out.
I was like, babe, like we could literally just buy a porta potty and put it outside the house and be better off.
Wouldn't be no different.
Except somebody else empties it. We wouldn't have
Right. So I suck the top out until it fills up. Oh, and remember the story of the first time when it got too full and it starts shooting it out the exhaust fan? Yeah. I told Jen, I said, when that happens, it's full because it's just shooting out because she was on the outside supposed to tell me when it was full.
Wrapped around my face and over it. It's like 97 degrees outside. And I'm just trying to, I even sprayed stuff in it. I was like, maybe if I could smell inside the towel, I won't throw up all over myself.
She yells to me, well, I'm just sucking it all out. She goes, should it be shooting out this vent? No. Turn it off.
Then I'm like, I got the towel and I'm like, oh, I can't do it fast. I don't want to get close to it. So, or just throw something at it. Turn it off.
As you can imagine, tension's a little high. Yeah. So we're trying to be like cool, and I go and dump it, and I'm running back, and I look at everybody, and I'm like, when it starts to do that, it's full.
I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I said, so we need to do it again. Let's not let that
happen. He said, one more time.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the toilet, and I'm like, one more time is not enough, but whatever. I'm over this. He's over this. Like, we'll do one more time.
Yes. So I get back in the top, sucking her out of there. And
meanwhile, the smell outside is
anything
you would ever imagine. First of all, you're vacuuming it, so that adds heat.
Yes.
Then it's 95 degrees, so that's adding heat. And then there's air shooting, and that's like dramatizing it. And it's just unlike anything you could ever imagine in your entire life.
Yeah, and then the bottom also is shooting it out too. So I suck it out. Tell her, I'm like, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we get? 4 or 5 hours?
Probably. I knew we weren't good, though.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
I like it because I was checking it. Like, I kept checking the bottom to, make sure we were good. It was fine. So we were sitting out back, hanging out, relaxing, enjoying ourselves, trying to breathe fresh air.
Yeah.
The house still
because the house was not fresh.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
Oh, Mama sees there was plenty of cussing.
Lots of cussing. We were not the holy people on Tuesday
not that day.
Of last week. So we're sitting out there, and I'm like, I'm ready for bed. And I had just been in the house.
Yeah, we had just
15 minutes before.
Yeah, and we went outside. I don't know what we were doing. I can't remember. And it was getting late. And we were like, okay, it's about time for bed. Let's go in, maybe watch a YouTube video or something. We opened that back door, stepped foot in, and I was like, son of a gun, I smell
I looked at him and said, what?
And I looked at him, he said, I know you smell it. Yeah. I can't ignore this.
I said, I'll go get the wet dry bag.
So I'm like, okay, I know the routine.
Yeah.
I'll be out here.
Yeah. So
I'll be ready to turn it off.
Yeah, she's vinegar, Clorox lady, just ready to go. I'm cleaning mess while she sprays and all that. Suck it out. And same story I just told, but at like 10:30.
Yeah.
I go take it out and dump it. And I look at her, I said, oh, there's no more water in the top. It's not water. I'm just trying to be polite. She goes, oh, yeah? I said, yeah. I said, apparently it's now no longer sealed. Yeah. Like we have officially finally fixed the toilet. Yeah, and it just went rushing out instead of a slow drip. So we got it done. It wasn't as bad, but here's the smell again. Yeah. It was finally starting to get better in this house. We had all the windows open, 98 degrees that day.
Didn't care.
It's fine. I'm just going to shoot straight. Poop smells good at 100 degrees, doesn't it? So, and all of this was just black water. It was terrible. So we closed it up, and I said, I'm going to bed. She looked at me like, you're doing what?
Like, what?
I said, I've got to go to bed. It's now past 11. I said, I ain't going to sleep outside. I said, I've smelt it all day. Gosh, I'm just 100% used to it by now. She goes, I'm not. I said, okay, well, I'm going to bed. She's like, and what if it happens in the middle of the night? I said, well, I can guarantee you the smell's going to wake us up. So I finally go to sleep. I wake up the next morning just waiting. Like, where's it at? I know it's coming.
You don't want to open your eyes.
Yeah. Thankfully, there was no smell. We got so lucky that night. It was finally fixed, and we unclogged the clog. I'm just going to tell y'all, so many people love Sunmar. We will never, if you want to compost, just use a freaking bucket. Yep. Because for 5 years, we had not one issue or one smell in this house.
No, Sunmar's the worst.
It's the absolute worst. And
I
if
would
you
give
call
that
them,
toilet to my worst enemy.
Nope. Somebody commented and said, are you going to leave the toilet? I said, if they absolutely want it, they can have it. Yeah. But I'm going to burn it.
Yeah, burning it. Otherwise, like if we sell this and somebody says don't leave it, like it's going to the woods and we're going to put a piece of dynamite under it and set it on fire.
We're going to have 4th of July and stand back, put your COVID-19 material on because it's going to splatter.
I'm done with it. We cannot wait to have a regular toilet.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to have two.
2 of them.
2 of them. What are we even going to do? I don't know.
I tell you what, and we still don't hate off-grid even after everything we went through.
No, it's just that stupid toilet.
Just that stupid toilet.
I don't know who invented that thing. Obviously, Sunmar did.
Crazy sons of guns.
Man, that thing is the worst. There is just no way around it. I've never owned a worse product in my entire life.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Going Green, I actually told him, because we emptied it, and I was like, should we just take this out and, like, seriously go back to the bucket? But we destroyed all that, so we don't have it anymore. We would have to build something else, and we don't want to do that because there's only like 40 days left.
No, it's less than that.
Is it?
We're in the 30s now.
Are we?
Don't put too many more days on it.
You get still like 40.
Lisa said I'd have sent that thing back. You better believe, and I'd send it home.
The thing is, it came on a semi.
Yeah.
Because it was so big.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't even know how you would go about sending it back. Yeah, the burn it video. Oh, that will be a celebration that we will definitely video.
Yeah, we'll premiere that one.
Yeah.
Dude, go live doing it.
Hey, Country Homestead Preacher. How are you? Yeah, Richard, exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what we should have known when we had the bucket.
We thought this was going to fix all of our worries because, like, with the bucket, we had 2 of them. We had one that I built was very much adult size,
right,
and not kid friendly. So then we had another one that we actually used one of those hospital seats for the kids because it's a lot easier. We put on its lowest seating; they could get in a lot easier. But we had 2, so we had 2 of those. What did I dumped them twice a week?
Yeah,
twice a week. It wasn't bad. I mean, kind of a bummer in the winter,
right?
Because we didn't. There's 2 different kind of composters. Like they compost like a bunch of buckets.
42. There you go.
There.
42 days.
Really?
Yeah, I counted it earlier. I hated to tell you.
You have some people that like do like 50 buckets and just cap them and let them compost down in the buckets. But I wasn't about that life. I didn't want to like 50 buckets sitting somewhere. Yeah, so we had a humaner pile.
We had an active and a non-active.
Yes, and so we used that, and there was never any smell whatsoever. And there's not when composting.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's people's biggest fear. Like there is no smell with composting.
Yeah.
Less than even when with a real toilet. I don't know what that like exhaust area kind of stuff does when you do number 2. Yeah. But like with compost, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't
at all.
Yeah. It's weird when we go other places because we're like, what in the world?
Right.
I don't miss that.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing about the toilet.
Yeah. So I mean, twice a week I'd have to go dump it, and I'd clean it out and all that good stuff, and I thought that was gross.
Yeah.
But little did I know that I'd probably still eat dinner when I did that.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. There was a question. Going Green said, what did you cover with in the bucket? So we actually use a mix of 3 things.
With the bucket.
Yeah, with the bucket.
Not this. Okay.
Yeah. Pine shavings, like very, very, very small crushed shavings. Cedar.
That was strictly
flakes.
For smell.
It wasn't as crushed. It was like flakes. And then corncob bedding, which is used for horses.
I think
it was actually called corncob.
It was corncob.
Yeah.
A lot of horse. Yeah.
Horse stalls. It absorbs a lot.
Yeah.
that was the 3 that we would use. We would mix it in a bucket and then, use it as you needed.
The cedar was for the smell,
really well.
and the corn cob was for absorption. And like you test and learn, but that was the mixture that worked the best for us.
Yeah.
Pine was like when you just absolutely needed to use something, but I don't really recommend pine because it doesn't absorb very well and it doesn't have any flavorful scent. But cedar doesn't decompose because it's cedar, so it takes a lot longer. It's not ideal. So you can do pine and corn cob if you want to do it that way.
Antonia said, "Are you taking any of your trellises that are really full?" We are. We're going to take all of them, right? Every single one.
But I think it's going to be more for the runs for the barn immediately, and then we'll buy more and do our own
for
trellises for that.
Wyatt's a thirsty man.
Yeah.
He has recently found a love of chocolate milk.
Yeah.
So he gets it once a day. He gets to drink his little chocolate milk. And if you know Wyatt, that is like crazy because he doesn't drink anything but some orange juices, not all orange juices, once a day in the morning, and then water. And he found out he liked chocolate milk. So I was like, well, you can have it in little bits, I'm just excited that he wanted to try something new. Gene Co said, I use horse pellet bedding for my cat litter boxes. So much better than clay litter. It is. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Boston Mountain Homestead, how well did it decompose because my cedar didn't break down well? You're right, it doesn't. You have a big old pile of cedar.
It's big flakes.
With the mixture, it was fine because then you just had a bunch of dried cedar.
Yeah.
And so you could still use that for different things that you wanted. It was good for, like animal bedding and stuff like that.
Because she's moving now.
The cat. Everybody thinks she's dead. You can do different things with it because it does all sink to the bottom, and then you have a nice composted pile of cedar.
Jerry Weller, thank you so much. Just love you guys from Joshua Tree, California. Can't wait to see the new home.
Thank you, Jerry. That was very nice of you.
Hopefully you're having good weather there. Hopefully it's nice. Danielle said you should show us the moving process of a completely off-grid homestead. We aren't completely off-grid. We're semi. But we're going to hopefully show the whole thing. It's going to be different, but we're really, really excited. I don't know. It's hard to say that we're moving more on grid, but at the same time, I feel like we've paid our dues. And you know what I mean? Yeah.
We have, but so we debated that a lot on what we wanted for the future. So this place has a wood burning stove. There is wood burning heat that's still there, but it also is on grid. It's more of the wood burning stove is in the fireplace insert. Right. But it is functional and it works. Yeah. And then we're going to be taking ours and putting it in the garage for wood burning heat there. I don't think I could live a life with not doing wood burning heat after this place.
Me either.
It has consumed us.
That is one thing that we absolutely had to carry on.
Yeah, that heat is different, and that heat is nice. Mm-hmm. It's so much. It's not as suffocating as central heat.
Right.
It's
not. It's completely different.
So I can 100% see us using that and see how it does in the winter and not turning on the heat. Yeah. Because it's just part of our life. However, we really boiled it down to
family.
Our kids, and then also what this house involves our life and what it's limiting us on the farm part, on the outside part. Because poop story, that's not the only, that's a funny story, but
and we laugh about it, but at the same time, it's been really hard. Us being 2 young people and having 2 young kids,
right? That want to farm.
Fit in with friends and stuff who are what in the world are you doing with your life kind of thing.
Right.
It's hard.
It is hard. And so this house takes a lot of our time. Yeah. Spider Woman.
Jerry, thank you so much again. Thank you so much. 121. Oh, wow.
Gosh. So this house, between my actual work, her homeschooling, then us trying to figure out to make goals for the outside, was getting hard.
Yeah.
So we decided to not do the off-grid house so we could have it easy there, so we could focus more on the outside and the homeschooling and not waste our time pumping black water out of a toilet.
Right. And community.
Yes.
Not having to be at home all the time. I don't know. It's a lot of inside stuff, but when it's wintertime, I can't leave this house. So Zach used to, before COVID, he would have to go to work. You know, he would be home twice a week, sometimes once a week. Me and the kids couldn't leave the house because we had to keep the wood burning stove going. And I'm not like saying I regret that any one bit, or it was too hard, or we didn't love it for every second. But it's difficult when you're young and you have young kids and you're trying to get yourself friends and get to the community and get friends for the kids, because we couldn't go anywhere.
Right. We
couldn't, you know, meet other moms or other friends. We can't go to play dates, that kind of thing. It was too difficult. If it rained, we couldn't leave our driveway because it was too muddy and the car would get stuck.
Yeah, we didn't even have a driveway, a legit driveway till a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
And we've been here over 5 years.
But that was a choice, you know. It's like, we're not here to say that's like our life was hard and this and that. Like, it was a choice. It was the choice that we made, and we loved it, and it was great for 5 years. But I think we're just kind of ready for, I don't know, a different life.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say a different life. I think we're ready for a life of, our lives are chaotic right now.
Yeah.
And we have, the main thing is we have 2 young children.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that they were always safe. But we just need to make sure that we have a backup plan.
Yes.
So, you know, if we have to like not pay attention to the house because something else is going on, we can do that. Now I can very well see, like, maybe one day when we retire and the kids are out, that's our life. Like, we want to live in a 100% off grid.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do in the interim from now until maybe that day comes is play around with solar. So like, I want to get the garage on solar. I would
Sunshine
like to get
always. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Hope you have a wonderful dinner. Thank you.
So I want to get solar on the garage, solar on the barn, start learning solar, because that's one thing that we don't have. The electric has always been 100% on the grid. But everything else, a little different. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to teach ourselves to be 100% off the grid. So when it comes retirement time, we have the knowledge to do it.
Yeah. And while
it's not God.
No, while we can, we want to just, I don't know, give the kids a fun time, let them meet friends, let them be involved in the community, and I don't know, just get to be kids and not have to worry about stuff like whether the toilet's overflowing or is the house going to be warm tonight, you know, kind of thing. It's just, I don't know, it's rough, like, stuff to say out loud, but it's true.
Right. Because as important as the memory is of us all cuddled in a couch or a blow-up air mattress by the wood-burning stove, because it was so cold in this house one night when we first moved back from North Carolina, because we didn't have a ceiling. We barely had insulation up there. I think it dropped to 60 degrees in here. I know that doesn't sound bad. You know, there's a lot of people that go through a lot worse, but it was about 60 degrees, and her and I was in the house. Right. But still a lot warmer. We decided we was going to blow an air mattress up and all sleep together right there.
And it was so much fun.
And it was amazing.
And
the
memory of that is so special.
Right. But also as a father, that fear of, what if I didn't wake up and stoke the fire? Like, I mean, I didn't sleep that night at all because I was too scared to not wake up to stoke the fire. And, you know, it just kind of got to a point of, I'm stressed out about the house as much as I love it. Yeah. It's taking focus off other things that we could be focusing on. So we've decided we've lived the life. It'll be a memory that we'll always have. I ain't gonna say no one, because some people have done this, but not many people can say they've done what we've done. Our children's memories will always have this place. And now they get a memory of a flushing toilet. Yeah. They've lived both worlds, and I'm really proud of them for that. Yeah. They did not complain. No. They did not whine.
They never did.
We didn't either. We just lived this life, and we are so proud of us for it and our family to go through what we did through in this house. Yeah. And the memories, this house made us as tight as we are.
Yeah, absolutely. It made us a family. It made us grow up. It made the kids and us appreciate each other so much. I mean, it was like, I don't know. I tell people this all the time because it's true. It was never about being poor. No. It was about trying to live the dream.
Would you get back in there? We're going to tell you when you come in there going to watch the movie, girl.
Get on there. Don't get. But it wasn't. It was never about being poor and not being able to do. It was just time and efforts and not taking time away from the kids, because like the first year we put all our time into the house And we realized that we were literally losing memories with our kids. And, we had to send them away because sometimes it was a construction zone. They had to go to grandparents because it was dangerous. And we just finally realized, like, this it's too much. Like, the work that has to be done will literally take away from our lives for the next 5 more years.
Yeah.
And it's just not worth it.
And seriously, we are not trying to downplay it to anyone that has young kids that are trying to start this life. Because I promise, it is worth it to live it.
Yeah.
It's just do it better than we did it.
Right.
That's the big key. Do it better than we did it, because we try to do it.
We try to rush it.
Right. We try to rush it, and it wasn't necessarily rush. It was survival.
Well, we moved in before we should have moved in, but yeah, it was still survival. We had to have somewhere to go.
Yeah, and so I put up cheap ceiling.
Yeah.
And just cheap this, cheap that.
We never put down floors.
Never, but like. The carpet worked. Like, that was the least of our worries. The carpet did help insulate the floor, and that was fine.
Clean it. Yeah.
Even, it might not look pretty, but it did the job. But it's just, if you do this, especially a pole barn, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Foam insulate the crap out of this place. Do not do any R15, R19, R30. Do not put it up yourself. Hire somebody. Pay that big price tag just on that one thing to foam insulate the entire pole barn.
Yep.
Because that has been our biggest battle of this entire place. Was trying to hold heat or hold AC.
Hold AC, yeah.
Which AC wasn't as bad because that doesn't hurt you. You sweat and you're uncomfortable, but that doesn't hurt you.
Yeah. You can always go sit under a shade tree.
There was one day, way before we even had the ceiling in, that we had to go down to Mom's house and stay. Yeah. And when I came back up the next morning, because I didn't touch the heater or the wood burning stove at all, but we was going to stay the next night. It was literally 37 degrees in this house.
It was
we were living in here.
The dog's water bowl
was frozen over.
It had ice in it. Obviously, the dogs and the kids were with us, not here. We were at another place, but
that just showed
it was a real wake up call.
Right. And when she says I couldn't go with friends or do this and that throughout the day, that's the reality of it. When it really got that cold, if you lost any ounce of heat in here and you didn't have the most burning of fire because we went cheap with insulation, you lost it. You lost that heat and you were not getting it back. It took me that entire day by myself up here to get it to 65.
And again, another day away from family just to try to get the freaking house warm.
Yeah, I went through so much wood that day to try to build up heat. It was crazy. Sorry, we really went off on that.
We really did. We got a little personal there.
Yeah.
Cynthia, thank you so much. High maintenance. Oh, I love it. It took me a second to figure it out. Thank you so much for the super chat. It was cold. It was rough. And I don't know. It's just giving a little insight on
the reality of
this life. You have to do and the things you give up and I don't know, the sacrifices you make.
Yeah.
We have, all 4 of us, made sacrifices for 5 years.
Yep.
I don't know.
And now it's our turn to not sacrifice.
Yes. Obviously, we still will for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be things we sacrifice, but
obviously
not house-wise or family-wise.
Now what's going to happen is we have a wood-burning stove and actual heat, and I'm going to burn them out of that house.
Oh, yeah, he will. I'll probably have, because the kids are going to be upstairs, I'll probably have to bring them downstairs and put them in front of the window. Sorry, kids, Daddy's cold-natured.
It's going to be January, and all the windows going to be open. I'm just going to be sitting in front of the fire.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing I was going to say. Speaking of sacrifices, the amount of burns that him and I have had.
Yeah, I still got
wood burning stove.
They're halfway gone.
Scars.
But in the middle of the night, because we had our wood burning stove, you can't see it because the boxes. It's a sod feeder. And so, when I would go to throw a piece of wood, this arm, which they're finally kind of gone, but there's still one. I mean, I would have line.
Mine was never my arm. It was on top of my,
between my
thumb and my
finger.
Side. So I would throw it in and I would catch it on the way out. Oh, man, the pain.
Yeah.
The pain. And then you would just get so mad.
And you're like, why do I keep doing this? Well, it's at 2 a.m. and you're sleeping.
But you have to. You have to put wood in the fire.
Yeah.
Some people, they would always tell us, well, throw it in before you go to bed, fill it full, and it'll be fine until morning. Yeah, I understand. In an insulated home, that works, but not here.
We would still have hot coals.
Burn down.
But you needed fire.
Yeah.
To keep it warm.
Fire to keep it warm all the time.
Good thing we're getting out the end of September.
Yeah, man, counting down the days.
But we did add, and without complete dramatics, we did add a backup heat, like literally just last year. Yeah. It's one of those like Roll King big garage heaters.
Yeah.
That run 220, and it really did help. It really helped me, like if we didn't get up or we wanted to sleep in or whatever, and you just had the hot coals, it held the heat.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah.
That was just last year though, so 4 years of doing that.
Oh, but the electric bill on that thing was
Oh, yeah. You didn't want to run it.
No, you'd rather wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and pay the stove rather than pay the electric bill on that thing.
Man, it is already 5 chill. So I feel like we told a poop story and talked about off-grid living.
We did. There was something else I wanted to say.
Hopefully y'all enjoyed that, though. I mean, I know a lot of you all are thinking about it.
Yeah.
It is not bells and whistles.
No.
But the connection you have with your family, as long as you're willing to work together, is something that no one can take away from you from that experience.
Absolutely. It really is. It's something you'll never forget or something you'll cherish for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And we will.
Right.
I think. And I know we'll come back to it eventually.
Yeah. Because how many other people that don't live that style have blown up an air mattress and cuddled up around your wood burning stove to stay warm, and then you realize like you think you're fearing it, but that night it was more laughter than fear.
More love.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we knew we were fine. We were gonna stay warm. It wasn't like it was any kind of real fear of that. So I mean, if you're on the fence, jump in and do it, but just foam insulate.
Yes, absolutely. All right, you ready? Get ready.
Yeah, get ready. Y'all come in here.
Oh, goodness. I don't know. We're all excited. Tomorrow is the inspection. Hopefully it goes well. I'm just excited to go back.
I know.
And see the house again.
I told her, I said, I'm going to really film it. Like, because it's going to be our last time. Where are you going? You want to be in it?
Spider girl.
I'm going to really film it because it's going to be our last time that we're going to really see it before we move in. So, like, I want to get, like, every angle, every shot so we can watch it. Like, it's going to have 2,000 views, and they're all going to be us.
Yeah, right? Yeah, every single one.
Yeah.
It's a diary for us,
which
is awesome to have that. Wyatt does look so grown.
Don't stop.
That's
not nice.
Growing so quickly and so much. Getting big, aren't you? Ray is too, or is a big girl?
So, did y'all not like the movie? Oh, there's Mama. She gave all kinds of kisses.
What'd you watch?
I love Wyatt and Raylan.
We watch, I don't know.
You don't know?
I forget what it was called.
You know what it was called, Ray? No? Well, it must not have been very good.
It must not have been a good one.
No.
I had been doing well.
What's your favorite movie, Ray? Is it Charlotte's Web? Yeah. That's my favorite movie, too. I love it. Julie, thank you so much.
The one with the dog.
Oh, pets? Like
Benji,
the pets?
Benji or Pets 2?
It wasn't Benji or
Pets 2.
Or Pets 2, whatever.
Yeah. Living a road life.
California, my third day in Ohio. Goodness, I hope you're doing well in
Idaho.
Hey, Julie, thank you so much. Living a road life. Oh, make your memories while you're young. When you're old, they will be even sweeter.
Oh, yes, thank you
So much. Look at all the
emojis.
All the emojis. Everybody saying they love you guys. You guys have been real troopers the past 5 years. You know it?
Yes, you have.
Are you excited to get a new house? Are you going to miss ours?
Yeah.
You hear, Mommy?
Or both?
She said y'all have been real troopers living in this house and the life that we live. Did you know anything was even weird about this place? No?
No?
Good. Then we did our job.
What about the toilet? You guys ever notice it didn't flush?
Yeah, the toilet was weird.
Yeah.
But was it really?
It's weird.
Like, was it really weird? Or is it just because now we think it's weird because of Raylan? Like, did it make it feel any different? Like using the bathroom?
It did feel different.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the wood burning stove and that kind of thing?
Good.
Good.
I feel like I'm
the
putting
big
you on
stove
the spot.
over there. Yeah, he's like, hang on now.
You don't know what
am I supposed to say?
All right, did you love our house? Are you going to miss it, or are you glad to move? Or both?
I'm glad to move.
I'm glad to move.
Are you glad to move, or are you going to miss this place?
I'm glad to move.
You're glad to move.
I think we're all glad, but we all will miss it too.
Very much so.
What do you think?
Yeah. A lot of good memories here, huh?
It'll be different.
Hey, a lot of good memories here.
Can't be serious with these.
No, it can't.
There's zero serious.
They get on the video, and there's like, how many faces can we possibly make?
Like they
to
never
make this as weird as possible.
Oh my goodness, we love y'all so much.
Make sure to check out Freedom Homestead.
We are keeping the wood burning stove. We're going to take it with us for sure.
That was our first purchase for this house. It'll never leave us.
It's the oldest and the most expensive thing we own.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, besides cars. And
well,
stuff.
We don't own it, right?
That's true. We don't own it.
Our wood burning stove is the most greatest thing that we own.
Yes. And hopefully one day it'll be one of theirs.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Probably replace the bricks, but yeah. Swimming pool. I'm trying to get Zach to take it.
We're not taking the swimming pool. It's already leaking that we had to seal, which is still fine. Hot tub's coming though.
Yes, hot tub is going.
Hot tub coming. Hot tub coming.
All right, tell them I'll say thank you all so much for joining. We love y'all so much. So tomorrow,
super chats.
Yes. Oh, last one right in there.
Thank you so much.
$5 super chat. Thank you.
And the moderators, y'all made this possible and awesome every week.
If you want to check out any good channels, make sure to check out our moderators. Yep. Tomorrow's video is us in the kitchen hanging out, testing out melons, and then you're not gonna want to miss the one after that where we show our new house once again.
That's right. All right. We're so excited. Pray for us tomorrow. We're praying for y'all too, and we love you.
We love you. Till the next one.
Bye.